Music made me anxious, and I was addicted to it. There would never be a day in my life when I would not listen to music. I would have multiple apps in my phone, a huge playlist of songs that I would listen to during the commutes. And I never realized that how music plays with my emotions until I stopped. Initially, I used to think that it is something that helped me cope up with my current situations. Like if I'm feeling bad, then I can play a happy song or my favorite song. Having a bad day, play a sad song. Overthinking, put in headphones and just zone out. It kind of became my escape. That eventually became an addiction, and we never truly realized until it starts becoming an addiction. We like it, we like a certain song, and the very next moment we end up listening to it multiple times in the loop. Because music is designed this way, you never know when is the time when it just messes up with your soul. And if you have music in your heart, there is no way, there's legit no way the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala could be in your heart. I didn't realize it at first that it is the kind of a trap that I am into. I used to feel restless, more distracted, emotionally up and down all the time. I could never focus in salah. Some random music tune used to be playing in my head constantly. I could never enjoy silence because sitting in silence used to make me feel anxious. I never felt a connection with Quran. I would never feel the desire to actually search on the YouTube Quranic recitation that could make me feel good. Because my heart was numb. And music was the only thing that could move my heart, and not the word of Allah. Because I was addicted to it. Like that deep I was into the trap of it. And that might be the case with you. That you are constantly listening to music. You're constantly searching on the YouTube or on the SoundCloud or Spotify, listening to trending songs. And it's just the way of life. You drive, you're listening to music. You're running, you're jogging, you're listening to music. You're in a commute, you listen to music. You're doing your homework, you listen to music. You're doing your work, you're listening to music. You're cooking, you're listening to music. And it's just an endless loop. There's no single habit or activity of you which does not involve music. And that is because it's a habit. It has become your habit. And if you want to get rid of this habit because it constantly makes you feel anxious, then the first step is to realize it that yes, music is something that you need to avoid and remove from your life. Because that is the only way you can build a connection with Quran. The heart of a believer is meant for Quran. And I totally understand it that leaving music is not easy. It would take you some time, and that would require conscious efforts. Because music is everywhere, on reels, in cars, at weddings, in the background of almost every moment. But if you feel like this is the time that you need to let it go, start with a sincere niyyah. And here's the one hack that actually worked for me. And that was, I stopped carrying headphones everywhere. Because when you have your headphones with you, you just plug in and listen to the music. And this would take you some time. Start sitting with yourself in the silence. Understand and listen to more Quran. And I know it is not easy to quit because every time you will open any social media platform, you would see a lot of music on the reels. But what you can do is keep your phone on the mute while scrolling the reels. But that too involves your addiction with social media, that you have to be intentional with how you need to quit it. Because if music is something that you love, then there is no way word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala could ever be in your heart. And just try it for 30 days. Try not listening to music for 30 days. If music is something that you love, it's very hard to love the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala fully. So start with Nia. And once you start doing that, once you stop listening to music, you will realize that your heart is more at peace. You would start feeling a connection with Quran. The silence would not scare you anymore. Your mind would feel more clear. Your heart would be more calmer. You are a believer, and in the heart of a believer, only the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala should exist.